All right. Okay, here we are. Today, as you can see, we are playing the Japanese Empire Hojo Tokimune. And just for historical reference. All right, who was he? He was born the eldest son of Tokiyuro, fifth Shiken, Shiken, regent of the Kamakura shogunate and de facto ruler of Japan. Tokumune was born was from birth acknowledged to be the Tokuso. Oh, what is up with all these weird words? Of the clan Hojo and rigorously groomed to be his father's successor. At the not so tender age of 18, in 1268 AD, he became Shikin himself. By the time of his death at the age of 34, Tekimune would have reshaped Japan at its core. Immediately upon his ascension to Shikinhood, Tokimune, I think that's how you say it, Tokimune, was faced with a national crisis. The Mongol Empire of China, Kublai Khan, oh my goodness, I cannot read. Kublai Khan sent an envoy with the demand that Japan enter a tributary relationship with the Mongols or face invasion and conquest. While many in the Japanese government, including members of the royal family, urged that a compromise be reached, the teen regent defiantly rejected the Mongol demand and sent the emissaries back. In what shape is not recorded. Well, he probably beat the crap out of it. Four more times the demand was made by Mongol emissaries over the next 4 years. Each time was a similar response from the Tokimune. Anticipating Mongol impatience, he dispatched a Japanese force to the southern island of Kyushu, to be ready for an invasion. In 1274, it came as some 25,000 Mongol and Korean troops seized the small outlying islands. A divine wind forced the Mongol fleet to return home and the threat was over for now. Despite the invasion, Kublai was a reasonable man and dispatched 5 more envoys to negotiate. Really? Tribute yet again in 1275. They refused to part without a reply, so Tokimune had them brought to the city of Kamakura and beheaded. What? Yeah, yeah. What? In 1279, 5 more were sent and they suffered a similar fate. What? The imperial court, seeing the Ghana on the wall, ordered all the temples and shrines to begin praying for a victory over the Mongols. Tokimune set about fortifying the shore at likely invasion sites. And in the summer of 1281, a far more serious force than before, reportedly some 140,000 Mongols and allies and around 4,000 ships arrived offshore and squared off with the entire Japanese army and navy under Tokimune. Defeated and landings on Tsume and Shikano Islands. The Mongols finally gained a foothold on Ika, but later withdrew to the island of Hirato. 3 days later, the Japanese attacked the invaders' fleet, causing considerable losses and consternation. What the frick? Enough so that most of the Mongol commanders sailed back to China, leaving about 100,000 leaderless troops behind. In August came the famed kamikaze typhoon that pummeled the Mongol ships for 2 days, sinking most of them, including the flagship with the Korean admiral above. Shortly after, Tokumune's samurai annihilated the 100,000. Alright? Japan was saved, never to be threatened again by invasion until the end of the Second World War. Tokumune could turn his attention to other manners like practicing Zen meditation and building Buddhist shrines and monasteries, who had died defeating the Mongols, such as the one of Engak. Oh my goodness, dude, I cannot read. As a teen and young man, he had an advocate of the Ritsu sect of Buddhism, but converted to Zen at some point before the invasion. So, committed to his faith, he was that Tokumune, on the day of his death, took the tonsure and became a Zen monk. Perhaps a little late to find true enlightenment. Yeah. The dude tried to be so nice to you, and then you just kept killing his people, man. Seems like it. Thanks in part to the victory over the Mongols under Tokumune's guidance, Zen Buddhism began to spread among the samurai class with some rapidity. Some may have truly believed in the teachings, others likely took it up to curry the favor of the Shikin. This heretofore trivial faith spread first through Kamakura, the seat of Hojo power, and thence to the imperial capital of Kyoto. Tikimune also linked Zen with the moral code of Bushido, a modern term for an old philosophy that stressed frugality, martial arts, loyalty, and honor from death. Born from Neo-Confucianism, Bushido under Tikimune was mixed with elements of Shido and Zen, adding a dose of wisdom and serenity to the otherwise violent code. Eventually, under the late Tokugawa shogunate, some of these teachings of Bushido would be formalized in Japanese feudal law. Besides dedicating shrines to the samurai who had fallen, stemming the Mongol horde, Tikimune began several initiatives to help them in more pragmatic ways. Although he died before most were implemented, his son, Serotoki, would finish these. Land granted Shiwen, Shuan, were given to the Gyunin officers. Alright. Okay, so basically, if we find the Mongol, they're gonna kill us. Alright. Water tiles provide an extra faith, 100% protection towards theaters, holy sites, and harbors. May purchase buildings in these districts with faith, land materials, coastal land, coastal shallow waters, all you gotta get it. Okay. We have the samurai, and we have a Zabatsu. I don't freaking know. That's going to replace the factory. It gives us bonus items equal to the production adjacency to the industrial zone. Great merchant finds. Alright. So basically how we are going to play this game is we are going to have tons of coastal cities because of his rising sun. He gives you an extra amenity in housing the coastal cities, and all special districts receive a standard adjacency bonus from other districts. Campus, theater square, holy site, and industrial zones receive a minor adjacency bonus from water tiles. Gain access to the fishery improvement after unlocking the sailing technology. Okay, so you can see that we have started on a coast. We have algae, which is a bonus. We have mussels, which is a bonus. We have cod, which is a bonus. Sugar, which is a luxury. Rice, which is a bonus, and another sugar. And another rice. Okay, so the only two luxuries that we have are sugar, and it looks like we have started on a Plains Hills, which is pretty good. So we are going to go ahead and settle in place, which will boost our sailing, and I think I want to get sailing started right away because I want to go ahead and try to get our navigation online. So the first thing that we will start building is going to be a builder, and then let's start exploring. Alright, well, the first thing I want to do is I want to explore the surrounding area, see if there's anybody close to me, or see where else I can settle. Alright, so we got Tiuna, which is a city-state, and they are asking us to trigger an inspiration of craftsmanship. And if we come over here and we look at craftsmanship, we can see that we need to improve 3 tiles. So we have a builder being started, which will help us boost that, which will give us another envoy in there. Now we can see that that one envoy is already helping us get a production towards districts and building the capital, and for every workshop in the city. So I think... Ooh, look, a wonder. Matterhorn. Awesome. Alright. So we will go ahead and pick up this tribal village. 40 gold. And see if we can buy anything with it. We cannot, so we will hold on to that gold. There's no point in spending it right now. I don't see any other tiles that are going to be worth our time buying right now. 2 gold, or 2 food, 1 production, 1 gold, and 1 faith. And there's nothing else that's going to benefit us. So we're going to hold on to our gold as we continue to explore. And once we get a good view of here, we're going to know where we're going to settle next. In about 2 turns, we'll have enough of this land surveyed to see where we're going to start our second settlement. Okay, I don't see very much production over here. And then again, we do want to keep it on the coast. So I think we are going to move our warrior down here and see if there's another place to settle down here, which will be good. I don't think we need another settler right now though, so we are going to go ahead and get a slinger, and we're going to get ready for all of the barbarians that are going to be coming. We are going to go ahead and help with that rice, because after that we will work on pottery and then irrigation. That irrigation will allow us to, well, it's just going to help us. It's going to help us get that one and that one. And we're going to need those luxury resources online to keep our cities happy. Alright, and since we went ahead and did that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that one next. That will help with our celestial navigation, which is our ultimate goal. I'm the King of Spain, Portugal, Sardinia, and Sicily, Naples, Duke of Milan, etc. But most importantly, I'm a devout follower of the one true religion. I hope you're sick. You are as well. It's an honor to meet you. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you information on my capital, buddy. I know you're coming from over here. You know I'm coming from over here. How about I just defend myself? Alright? So we're gonna go ahead and get this one and this one. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried that there's gonna be some barbarians that are gonna help. They're gonna come destroy that. So we're gonna explore here and see what we can find. I don't see anything up here, and they're gonna take care of whatever's up there, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't need faith. We have faith. We want a little bit more production. We should be able to get our Pantheon in a couple of turns. Hopefully we can get another settler. Alright, he's starting to attack me, so I think it's a good time to just finish him off. And then I will bring my slinger up here, and we'll try to get another kill with a slinger. We'll clear that barbarian. We'll have 2 kills, maybe 3, because it'll spawn another unit. I don't know if I want to go for settler right now. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to build a galley. Got a ton of food producing. This is great. I don't have much production though. I only have... Oh, sorry. I have... What? Where is it? Where is it? What? City yields, where are they? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm only getting +2 production. That doesn't sound right. The palace, I'm getting +2 production. Okay, so I can just add this up. I'm only getting 3 production, +1. So I'm only getting 4 production a turn. So that's why that's gonna take 10 turns, another 80. I should go down to a lot less here pretty soon. Should be 8 next turn because I'm getting 2. Yep, there you go. Oh, I got another worker. Alright. So next is going to be working on that. I want to keep him happy, so let me see if he won't accept a delegation. He only has -1, but we do know he likes civilians who follow the same religion, and he hates people trying to spread their religion. Oh, this is very good for us. We did get the settler. Amazing. Okay, so I'm glad that we skipped the settler and we went straight for the galley, which means that we can go ahead and settle this. And remember, we kind of do want to settle on a coast because a coast helps us with amenities, housing, and we get standard adjacency bonus from other districts, and certain ones get a minor adjacency bonus from water tiles, excuse me. So I think what I want to do, well, I don't know actually, because that's a good one. Hold on. All right. Actually, I think I am gonna go there, cause then, all right. Yep, I am gonna go there, cause then it'll allow me to still build on this coast up until here. So boom, 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 and then this one can go boom, boom, and then I can put like a government center right here, which will help influence 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings. So the government building should definitely go there. One, two, three, four, and then possibly another settlement right there. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. We might change that when it comes to it. All right. Boom. Here's the thing. I can't capture and kill. I'm gonna have to do one or the other, and I'd rather do that. All right. Okay. What if I put the government center right here? Harbor, harbor. Harbor, harbor. Commercial hub. And commercial hub. Like, that's just insane amount of gold. 1, 2, 3. Then I think what I would do is I would put an industrial zone there. And then add an aqueduct there. And then add an aqueduct there. Wow. It's amazing. Alright. Kill one more barbarian. And, okay. Boosted, boosted, boosted. Those aren't boosted. I need to kill another unit with a slinger. I can go ahead and purchase a builder, which will help me get that. It'll help me get that after I get mining. I don't have mining yet. That's crazy. Okay, so let me get a builder. Let me get a monument. Go to sugar. Your people settle too close. You should consider land elsewhere. Apologies, I will look further in the future. Whoops. Alright. Bro, he's coming to attack me. Yeah. Dude, you're coming to attack me, I can tell. Gallery is about to be done. Maybe I shouldn't have built that builder. He's gonna declare war on me like right now. I should declare war on him right now. He's gonna declare war on me. I should have declared war on him. Let me try to send him a delegation. If I can't send him a delegation, then what if I can give him a gift? I gave him one. I have two settlers. I do need another galley at some point, but not right now. I don't need another builder because three's done. Boom, boom. He's gonna get that one, get a little bit more. I think I need a slinger. And then war. But here's the thing. You can't beat me. Six foot, 7 foot, 8 foot up. Excuse me, charisma. Back it down, swisher. Just gonna fortify again. That's fine. Because I got a slinger coming next turn. Oh! Oh, you filthy little bug. You're gonna kill yourself trying to kill me. I'm not even gonna bother with you. I'm gonna spread my religion all over your cities. Yes. Yes, I am. How dare you? Like, how dare you, sir? That's what you get. A flood killed him. That's what you get, loser. Bro, you can spend as much of your money on this war as you want. It's kind of sad, though, because you gonna lose everything. Alright. Alright, so we got the holy site going. Right. we're okay. Is he still trying? Alright. Your whole entire civilization is gonna be my religion. I'll just put him to sleep. Run away! Run away! Bro, do you want to make peace yet? But I killed this guy, and I severely hurt this guy. You want to make peace now? You don't want to make peace. Alright. My goodness, man. Yes. Alright. This is ridiculous. Like, it's just so annoying, dude. Can we make peace, dog? Oh my god, dude. This is not working out for you, man. And don't worry. In one turn, I'm getting an archer, and I'm gonna blast the frick out of you. That's right. Alright, man. Can we... Can we make peace now, bro? Give me your gold. Whatever. 150 grievances against them. Alright, cool. So now... No! Oh, no, bro. No, wait! Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. No, man. I'm restarting. That start. Alright. Something strange happens when you trust quantum mechanics.
As a 42-year-old who spent most of my life studying physics, I must admit that I had a big misconception. I believed that every object has one single trajectory through space, one single path. But in this video, I will prove to you that this is not the case. Everything is actually exploring all possible paths all at once. So let's start with a simple thought experiment. Say you're at a beach when all of a sudden you see your friends struggling out in the water.
Alright,
You want to go help them
here we
as
go.
quickly as possible. So which
I'm not gonna read his abilities because I had a scuffed last round and I'm not in the mood. So we're just gonna go ahead and see if there's any plains hills next to us to settle on. And there's not. Cool. So I think what we're... Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So the optimal path, it turns out,
I don't know.
is somewhere in between. To be precise, it depends on the speeds at which you can run and swim. Now, you might recognize this mathematical relationship because it is the exact same law that governs.
Okay, we're gonna go mining, get a builder, and dude, we have so much stuff that we can increase today. Luxury, there's 2 luxury, 3 luxuries around us, which is amazing. My goal is to make money and sell.
There is nothing strange about this. Light sets off from point A in some direction, and then a little while
Let's
later,
see.
and due to local interactions with that medium, it changes direction, ending up at point B. You later find that all the possible paths light took the shortest path to get from A to B. I wouldn't think it was optimizing for anything, or just think that's what happens when light obeys the rules. But now I will prove to you that light doesn't set out in only one direction. Instead, it really does explore all possible paths. And the same is true for electrons and protons and all quantum particles. So the fact that we see things in single well-defined trajectories is, in a way, the most convincing.
Dude, how? What is going on with this game lately, man? I can't win, dude. 3 units at once? Well, that's not what I meant to do. Great. Oh my goodness, that is freaking ridiculous. Like, what? Dude, it's turn 14. It's turn 14. What is this?
So an important question was, how do you maximize the visible light throughout by a lot of things? Scientists at a German research institute, the PTR, studied how much light different materials emit as a function of temperature. At low temperatures, each material
Yeah, get away. No way, dude. Like, for real.
degrees Celsius, all materials started to glow the same way.
Well, he's probably gonna die.
Distribution of light.
He's gonna go here. He's gonna go here. They're both gonna attack me. I'm dead. Dude, what is this fucking game? It's fucking turn 18 and I'm getting overran by fucking barbarians? That's fucking bullshit.
And we invent radiation-based heat signature. They came up with a hole in the middle of the cube. This hole is a perfect backplane because any light that shines onto it will go straight in, wraps around inside, and eventually be absorbed. This also makes it perfect for radiation inside the cube.
Oh, cool. Look at this complete bullshit start.
Theorists reason that electrons in the walls of the cube wiggle around and take electromagnetic waves.
Whatever, dude. I'm gonna work it.
When you have two waves of the same frequency, where one travels to the right and the other to the left, they can places where there is maximum wave action, antinodes. Waves like this are called standing waves because they really move left and right. And if it's at a cavity, even in ion reflections, it is only these standing waves that survive. The other ones just cancel out. So a sort of order emerges from the chaos. In two dimensions, standing waves
Yep, it's a volcano. Ooh. I think animal husbandry is worth it. And then I'm gonna get a builder, and then I'm gonna go boom, boom, boom. Easy peasy. Easy peasy peasy. Government Plaza, Barbarian Outpost. Wait, which one was Government Outpost? That one. Okay. So it's gotta be like over here.
is when he was 60 years old, he went to his professor and asked him, well, maybe I could do computer physics. To which his professor responded that he better find another field of research. Physics was essentially a good science. You know, there was just a few tiny little problems that they had to do. But besides that, well, by 1897, he was a professor himself. The next 3 years, he struggled to find a theoretical explanation for black body radiation. He tried approach after approach, but no matter what he tried, nothing worked. He said, I was ready to sacrifice every one of my previous objections.
Okay, let's look up granite. It's a query. So there's no point. These two are mines, though. There are a couple luxury items over there.
Most of their energy is somewhere in between. For long wavelength, low frequency radiation, the energy HF or quantum is small.
It was already eliminated. Okay. I think we're safer this game than we have been. I mean, last game was just... Honestly, it was just complete crap. Plain and simple. It was lame. Let's just put it that way. We're gonna build a query on there, so let's go ahead and do that. And it'll be ready next turn. I think what I've been doing in the previous games is I've been spreading myself too thin. Not having enough military strength, really. So I'm doing something wrong. Perfect. Is that how we're working? I mean, I have great tiles, man. So this should be a good game. We need a little more firepower. You avoid the smaller shores. Such deference is noted. Such deference is noted and well regarded. Indonesia, don't get me started. I've had a pretty rough day on this game. If I have to kill you, I'ma kill you. That's a bonus. That's a luxury. We need Mercury. Nice. Okay. I will go ahead and get another builder. Maybe? Actually, doing pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get another settler. Boom. Uh-huh. Mr. Lava Lava. Mr. Bombastic. Righty. Slinger. Just makes most sense. Bring it on! Our delegation brings oncom, spore cakes. The red oncom needs ginger sauce, but the black is delicious alone. What the heck is... Hey, Google. What is oncom sauce?
Sauce is a creamy, tangy, and slightly spicy condiment popular in central Mississippi.
Bro, do not call it comeback sauce. That's just a little weird for me. Dude, no. Let me reload that. I accidentally misclicked that slinger. And I've had a really rough day, and that might make a huge difference. So we're gonna see. Alright. Boom. Boom. Bro, like, this is crazy, right? Like, 6 of these? This is crazy, dog. I'ma just retreat, bro. Because, like, I don't know what to do, man. Oh my god. Leave me alone. 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 Why did I... Why do I do that? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm about to get a slinger next turn anyways.
But now we have a good physical reason why it's one. Because electrons are waves, and they must exist as standing waves to be bound in atoms.
Pew! 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 Yeah! Alright. This is the game. This is the one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one. Nothing is stopping me on this one. As soon as we get that archer, we're going for this freaking campus, dude. This is the game. Right.
But then I heard this story about a professor teaching the double slit experiment, and it makes everything so clear. So the professor starts by explaining the setup. Electrons would flare at a time from two slits to be detected on a screen. Now, because you can't say for certain which slit or
Hey, why don't you run away, loser? That's what I thought. But you can't run away from me. Die! Oh my gosh, I felt so good after today. I've had a rough day on this game. Alright.
that's when a student raised his hand. But if you had a third slit, well, you just have the
We're going here.
each of the three slits.
I could get the pyramids. Do I need the pyramids? Do I need the pyramids? Is that a question? Always need the pyramids. Always. 165. Do I have any other luxury items around that I can, you know?
Slits. So that the screen disappears. And then I had a second screen of infinite slits. A third. Students wait.
No way, bro. Okay. Well, someone got that. Okay. Okay. I don't think I need this. Is that considered a camp? Let me see. Yeah, mushrooms. Oh, and tiger. Deer, furs, honey. Okay, so there's a tiger there, there's a tiger there. If I do go there... Why did I do it? Did I do that? Alright. Is the Temple of Artemis worth it? That is the question. We will have a lion there. One, we cannot get that lion or that lion. Ooh, but if we take that over, we can. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Temple of Artemis is not worth it. We are going to go ahead and just get another. See, this is the problem. I don't have this ready. I think that's been the problem this whole time, is I just haven't had that ready. What up, Canada? I know you're never a threat. That's why you're a good neighbor. Oh, what's up, bitch? Alright. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. You're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Oh. Oh. Alright. We're gonna trade her. I want better movement. I want better movement, so I'm gonna put a trader in between all my cities. I'm gonna just go in. Alright, alright, alright. Plus land. And we're going to level you up. And we're gonna bring you here. You're screwed, buddy. You're screwed. Oh, 2 kills. 1 and 2. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go. Alright. Look at all these floodplains. We need the Edamagnet key. Edamagnet key. Where is that? Where's that at? Where's that at? Where is... Writing. Yeah, that's what we're getting next. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, and we're going to put it in this city right here.
In this case, the arrow and square.
Alright, so you're the piece of shit that's been causing problems for everyone. I don't understand how. I don't understand like how you produced so many units so fast. But you're not gonna fucking escape from me, bitch. Yeah, you're dead. You're dead. Okay. We are finally getting somewhere. Camp, pasture, and plantation. So it does count for ham. So that's technically 2 amenities. You know what? I do think it's worth it now. 2 amenities is worth it in my opinion. Plus, I haven't really looked at where the horses are, so who knows?
So simplify by writing h over 2I is h over, get this expression.
Okay. That's going to be a plantation, which will be another amenity. Improvements. Okay, look, plantation. Boom. That'll be another one. What is pine? Is pine a plantation? Lumber mill. What about... Well, that's a quarry. I think I'm safe to start. Bro, are you fucking serious? What the fuck? Bro, what is this game? What is this game lately, dog? What the hell, man? Oh my... I hate this game. What the... Oh, God, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck?
close to the path of least action, your arrows point in the same direction. They constructively interfere, and that is why those are the paths we
Alright, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and I'll be back.
That's explores all possible paths. Interfere constructively. And those are the paths of least action. So really, this is how classical mechanics emerges from quantum mechanics. It's why a ball follows the trajectory it does, and how planets orbit the sun. They don't really have a precise trajectory. Instead, everything explores all possible paths. It's just that massive particles have large actions compared to h-bars, so that only paths extremely close to the true path of least action survive, which is why they're much more particle like. If you go to smaller particles like electrons or photons, the actions are much smaller, and so there's more of a spread in which trajectories they actually end up taking. Now, you might say, I still don't believe you, but Casper has this incredible demo that should convince you 100% that this is really how the world works. I've got a lot. There are, and no, there are infinitely many paths that I could take. Another possibility is to come here and go, or to come here and go, or to come where you'd like it to go.
Alright, we're gonna start one more time and this is gonna be it. I know what I've been doing wrong. I haven't been diplomatic with the people around me. I think I should be a little bit more diplomatic. He's all about sealing. I'm gonna go ahead and get those right away. Tons of food, tons of production. So I think I really should. Let's see who the horses are first. And a scout first, always. Tribal village? Well, this be a good tribal village. I've been so bad once too. Yes! Let's go! Oh my goodness, let's go. Best tribal village you can get. Alright. I'm not losing this one. I don't care what happens. 2 tribal villages to start. I have a relic. I should be the first one to get. And I found Mount Vesuvius. Where? Right beside me? No way. Okay. Alright, look. This is gonna be a faith game. Faith. Holy site, everything, blah blah blah. Okay. Am I the first one that has discovered you? Yes. Okay. Settler right away. That's always been my go-to. I remember now. 3 tribal villages. That's the most I've gotten today. This is very promising. Oh, another recon unit. This is it. This is the game, yo. I'll tell you why this is the game here, right here. Because I'm going to get a settler on turn 11, which is amazing. And I'm going to get another settler very soon. Plains Hills. Always want to go for Plains Hills. Do I have any horses? There's a horse right there. 1, 2, 3. I'll be able to secure that with this city. Next, I want to start working on bronze working. I'm not gonna get caught with my pants down again. It ain't gonna happen. I want you to unfortify and attack me. That's what I want you to do. Now that he cannot move out of that position, I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to keep exploring. Lots of production, but not as much food as I would like. That's a good one. That's a good one. I do want that ham though.
It's just that I'm the crazy paths this rapidly interfere. That's because the actions of nearby paths can rapidly.
Let's wait one turn. Let's get a slinger. We do need a slinger. This is looking very promising. Way more promising.
And I finally get why if you ask a theoretical physicist what they're working on, they'll rarely talk about energy or forces. Most of the time, they'll talk about action.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot up. Excuse me, charisma. He can't spawn another unit unless it's in the ocean, so we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're gonna get another builder after we switch to increase our production for builders. No, sorry. Builder. Alright. Luxury. Bonus, bonus. Bonus, bonus. I could get 2 luxuries from that. That's exactly what I will do. I will clear this barbarian post very soon, so I'm going to get military tradition. I will not be caught with my pants down again. I will not. I will not. I will not. That is not a good spot to settle, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna go here actually. He's gonna spawn a unit right there. Nope, he didn't. Awesome. 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 This is a much better start than I had. Alright, well I just lost someone. Cool. But still, I will probably lose that archer because that Mount Vesuvius is going to blow once more. You know what though? This Mount Vesuvius, I should not do anything to these. Just let them be. until it is not active again. Alright. I have some pretty decent yield tiles now. Alright. I don't think I need more builders. I definitely don't need more faith. You know what? I will take more production in general. Alright. I haven't seen anybody, so I think we're safe to assume that we're good. Alright. I need irrigation, bro.
Replies. But Carnot gets his wish a few months later when Paris is attacked. The students defend a chateau just east of the city, but they're no match for the advancing armies. Paris falls after only a day of fighting. Forced to retreat, Carnot is devastated. 7 years later, he goes to visit his father, who's fled to Prussia after Napoleon's downfall. His father was not only a general, but also a physicist. He wrote an essay on how energy is most efficiently transferred in mechanical systems. When his son comes to visit, they talk at length about the big breakthrough of the time, steam engines. Steam engines were already being used to power ships, mine ore, and excavate ports. And it was clear that the future industrial and military might of nations depended on having the best steam engines. But French designs were falling behind those of other countries, like Britain. So Sadi Carnot took it upon himself to
How did I do
figure
that?
out why.
You right click and it tells you what it is. Why am I
Even
dumb?
the best steam engines only converted around 3% of thermal energy into useful mechanical work. If he could improve on that, he could give France a huge advantage.
How did
and
I not know that was a
restore its
thing?
place in the world. So he spends the next 3 years studying heat engines. And one of his key insights involves how an ideal heat engine would work, one with no friction and no losses to the environment.
Okay.
It looks something
This
like
is looking very promising.
Take two really big metal bars, one hot and one cold. The engine consists of a chamber filled with air, where heat can only flow in or out through the bottom. Inside the chamber is a piston, which is connected to a flywheel. The air starts at a temperature just below that of the hot bar. So first the hot bar is brought into contact with the chamber, the air inside expands with heat flowing into it to maintain its temperature. This pushes the piston up, turning the flywheel. Next, the hot bar is removed, but the air in the chamber continues to expand. Except now, without heat entering, the temperature decreases, in the ideal case, until it is the temperature of the cold bar. The cold bar is brought into contact with the chamber and the flywheel pushes the piston down. And as the air is compressed, heat is transferred into the cold bar. The cold bar is removed, the flywheel compresses the gas further, increasing its temperature until it is just below that of the hot bar. Then the hot bar is connected again, and the cycle repeats. Through this process, heat from the hot bar is
Damn, bro.
converted into
Damn.
the energy of the flywheel.
Damn.
And what's interesting to note about Carnot's ideal engine is that it is completely reversible. If you
Holy
ran the
cow.
engine in reverse, first the air expands, lowering the temperature. Then the chamber is brought into contact with
You can
the
have
cold
it.
bar.
You can have it.
Air
You can have it.
expands more, drawing in heat from the cold bar. Next, the air is compressed, increasing its temperature. The chamber is placed on top of the hot bar, and the energy of the flywheel is used to return the heat back into the hot bar. How however many cycles were run in the forward direction, you could run the same number in reverse, and at the end, everything would return to its original state with no additional input energy required. So by running an ideal engine, nothing really
Nice, dude.
changes. You can always undo what you did. So what is the efficiency of this engine? Since it's
Yeah.
fully reversible, you might expect the efficiency to be 100%. But that is not the case. Each cycle, the energy of the flywheel increases by the amount of heat flowing into the chamber from the hot bar, minus the heat flowing out of the chamber at the cold bar. So to calculate the efficiency, we divide this energy by the heat input from the hot bar. Now the heat in on the hot side is equal to the work done by the gas on the piston. And this will always be greater than the work done by the piston on the gas on the cold side, which equals the heat out. And this is because on the hot side, the hot gas exerts a greater pressure on the piston than that same gas when cold. To increase the efficiency of the engine, you could increase the temperature of the hot side, or decrease the temperature of the cold side, or both. Lord Kelvin learns of Carnot's ideal heat engine and realizes it could form the basis for an absolute temperature scale. Imagine that the gas is allowed to expand an extreme amount, so much that it cools to the point where all the gas
I don't have
particles
any,
effectively stop moving. Then they would exert
whatever they're
no
called.
pressure on the piston, and it would take no work to compress it on the cold side, so no heat will be lost. This is the idea of absolute zero, and it would make for a 100% efficient engine. Using this absolute temperature scale, the Kelvin scale, we can replace the amount of heat in and out with the temperature of the hot and cold side respectively, because they are directly proportional. So we can express efficiency like this, which we can rewrite like this. What we have learned is that the efficiency of an ideal heat engine doesn't depend on the materials or the design of the engine, but fundamentally on the temperatures of the hot and cold sides. To reach 100% efficiency, you need infinite temperature on the hot side or absolute zero on the cold side, both of which are impossible in practice. So even with no friction or losses to the environment, it's impossible to make a heat engine 100% efficient. And that's because to return the piston to its original position, you need to dump heat into the cold bar. So not all the energy stays in the flywheel. Now, in Carnot's time, high-pressure steam engines could only reach temperatures up to 160 degrees Celsius. So their theoretical maximum efficiency was 32%, but their real efficiency was more like 3%. That's because real engines experience friction, dissipate heat to the environment, and they don't transfer heat at constant temperatures. So for just as much heat going in, less energy ends up in the flywheel. The rest is spread out over the walls of the cylinder, the axle of the flywheel, and is radiated out into the environment. When energy spreads out like this, it is impossible to slow down. So this process is irreversible.
Berries and
The
cream,
total
berries and
amount of
cream.
energy
Oh, I'm a little lad that likes
but
berries and
became
cream.
less usable. Energy is
The
most
stave church would
when
be
it is concentrated.
most
Less
productive
usable
right
when
there.
it's spread out. Decades later, German physicist Rudolf Clausius studies Carnot's engine, and he comes up with a way to measure how spread out the energy is. He calls this
Alright,
quantity
now I can
entropy.
sell that.
When all the energy is
I'm gonna wait
concentrated in
until
the
next
hot bar,
turn.
that is low entropy.
25 and
But
9
as the energy spreads to the surroundings, the walls of the chamber, and the
turns
axle,
into
entropy increases.
40 and 9.
This means the same amount of energy is present, but in this more dispersed form, it is less available to do work. In 1865, Clausius summarizes the first two laws of thermodynamics like this. First, the energy of the universe is constant. Second, the entropy of the universe tends to a maximum. In other words, energy spreads out over time. The second law is core to so many phenomena in the world. It's why hot things cool down and cool things heat up, why gas expands to fill a container, why you can't have a perpetual motion machine, because the amount of usable energy in a
So
system
that would be the
is
best place to
always
put it.
increasing. The most common way to describe entropy is as disorder, which makes sense because it is associated with things becoming more mixed, random, and less ordered. But I think the best way to think about
Yeah,
entropy
dude, 3
is
production.
the tendency of energy to
Nice.
spread out.
Very
So
nice.
why does energy spread out over time? I mean, most of the laws of physics work exactly the same way, forwards or backwards in time. So how does this clear time dependence arise? Well, let's consider two small metal bars, one hot and one cold. For this simple model, we'll consider only 8 atoms per bar. Each atom vibrates according to the number of energy packets it has. The more packets, the more it vibrates. So let's start with 7 packets of energy in the left bar and 3 in the right. The number of energy packets in each bar is what we'll call a state. First, let's consider just the left bar. It has 7 energy packets which are free to move around the lattice. This happens non-stop. The energy packets hop randomly from atom to atom, giving different configurations of energy. But the total energy stays the same the whole time. Now let's bring the cold bar back in with only 3 packets and touch them together. The energy packets can now hop around between both bars, creating different configurations. Each unique configuration is equally likely. So what happens if we take a snapshot of one instant in time and see where all the energy packets are? So stop. Look at this. Now there are 9 energy packets in the left bar and only 1 in the right bar. So heat has flowed from cold to hot. Shouldn't that be impossible because it decreases entropy? Well, this is where Ludwig Boltzmann made an important insight. Heat flowing from cold to hot is not impossible, it's just improbable. There are 91,520 configurations with 9 energy packets in the left bar,
Okay.
but 627,264 with 5 energy packets in each bar. That is, the energy is more than 6 times as likely to be evenly spread between the bars. But if you add up all the possibilities, you find there's still a 10.5% chance that the left bar ends up with more energy packets than it started.
Well, I might as well
Why
put a
don't
dang
we observe
preserve
this happening around us?
on the desert.
Watch what happens as we increase the number of atoms to 80 per bar. The energy packets
It's not like I'm
go up,
using the desert for
with
nothing
70
else.
in the left bar and 30 in the right. There is now only a 0.05% chance that the left solid ends up hotter than it started. And this trend continues as we keep scaling up the system. In everyday solids, there are around 100 trillion
Really?
atoms and even more energy packets. So heat flowing from cold to hot is just so unlikely that it never happens. Think of it like this Rubik's Cube. Right now, it is completely solved. But I'm going to close my eyes and make some turns at random. If I keep doing this, it will get further and further from being solved. But how can I be confident that I'm really messing this cube up? Well, because there's only one way for it to be solved, a few ways for it to be almost solved, and quintillions of ways for it to be almost entirely random. Without thought and effort, every turn moves the Rubik's Cube from a highly unlikely state, that of it being solved, to a more likely state, a total mess. So if the natural tendency of energy is to spread out, things to get messier, then how is it possible to have something like air conditioning, where the cold interior of a house gets cooler and the hot exterior gets hotter? Energy is going from cold to hot, decreasing the entropy of the house. Well, this decrease in entropy is only possible by increasing the entropy a greater amount somewhere else. In this case, at a power plant, the concentrated chemical energy in coal is being released, heating up the power plant and its environment, spreading to the turbine, the electric generators, heating the wires all the way to the house, and producing waste heat in the fans and compressor. Whatever decrease in entropy is achieved at the house is more than paid for by an increase in entropy required to make that happen. But if total entropy is constantly increasing, and anything we do only accelerates that increase, then how is there any structure left on Earth? How are there hot parts separate from cold parts? How does life exist? Well, if the Earth were a closed system, the energy would spread out completely, meaning all life would cease, everything would decay and mix, and eventually reach the same temperature. But luckily, Earth is not a closed system, because we have the sun. What the sun really gives us is a steady stream of low entropy, that is, concentrated, bundled up energy. The energy that we get from the sun is more useful than the energy we give back. It's more compact, more clumped together. Plants capture this energy and use it to grow and create sugars. Then animals eat plants and use that energy to maintain their bodies and move around. Bigger animals get their energy by eating smaller animals, and so on. And each step of the way, the energy becomes more spread out.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
There you go. Ultimately, all the energy that reaches Earth from the sun is converted into thermal energy. Then it's radiated back into space. But in fact, it's the same amount. I know this isn't.
You do know this is.
I'm a PhD physicist.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Trust you.
The increase in entropy can be seen in the relative number of photons arriving at and leaving the Earth. For each photon received from the sun, 20 photons are emitted. And everything that happens on Earth, plants growing, trees falling, herds stampeding, hurricanes and tornadoes, people eating, sleeping, and breathing, all of it happens in the process of converting fewer higher energy photons into 20 times as many lower energy photons. Without a source of concentrated energy and a way to discard the spread out energy, life on Earth would not be possible. It has even been suggested that life itself may be a consequence of the second law of thermodynamics. If the universe tends toward maximum entropy, then life offers a way to accelerate that natural tendency. Because life is spectacularly good at converting low entropy into high entropy. For example, the surface layer of seawater produces between 30 to 680% more entropy when cyanobacteria and other organic matter is present than when it's not. Jeremy England takes this one step further. He's proposed that if there is a constant stream of clumped up energy, this could favor structures that dissipate that energy. And over time, this results in better and better energy dissipators, eventually resulting in life. Or, in his own words, you start with a random clump of atoms, and if you shine light on it for long enough, it should not be so surprising that you get a planet. So, life on Earth survives on the low entropy from the sun. But then, where did the sun get its low entropy? The answer is the universe. If we know that the total entropy of the universe is increasing with time, then it was lower entropy yesterday, and even lower entropy the day before that, and so on all the way back to the
Alright,
Big
I'm
Bang.
gonna call it on that. Have a good night.
So right after the Big Bang,